Welcome to another episode of the Lone Recruiter Podcast. I'm your host, Brett Clementson, and today's episode, I'm going to run you through the 3 types of an underperforming recruiter. What do they look like, and how do we make them make more money? Because in my experience in helping recruiters make more money, you've got to kind of work out what are you dealing with first, okay? And I have worked out there's probably only 3 scenarios that are going to play out that once you work out which one they are in, quick fixes. So let's jump into it. What are the 3 types of an What are the 3 types of an underperforming recruiter? I think the first thing is a market factor. Is it your market? All right. The second factor, are they scattered? Are they completely unsure of where is up and down? Are they making any sense with what they're talking about? And the third one is that recruiter that has tunnel vision. And I actually don't see the opportunities because they're so fixated on what they're doing. So those are the 3 sort of like recruitment failures I see. And once you've worked out which category they're in, it's actually quite easy to fix. So let's just jump into each one and you'll know where I'm going with this. So like the first underperformer is really because of market factors. There's actually not a lot you can do with that, but what I would suggest, you've actually got 2 things you can do within it, but there's, it's hard because that's an external thing. But the first one is, I'd be asking that question of, well, the market's flat, the market is dead, we've seen it or whatever. The first question is it cyclical? And where are we in the cycle? I.e., do we have 2-3 more years of this bullshit? Because if we do, that's not great. But if we're looking at it cyclically going, well, we're seeing, green shoots. We're seeing that the worst is over. We've got maybe another 3-4 months of a bit of pain. And once we get to the new quarter or the new financial year or the new year or an election or whatever the cycle is that's going to end, and you can see that it's coming, it might be worth holding on. So if you kind of feel, no, it's turning, it's getting better, it is the market, but I can see that it's looking good, I'd stick to it. And my viewpoint would be, I've said it before, but if making money is the objective, but we don't get there just yet, how can we still look at this and call it a success? And the number one thing there is market share. When markets get tough, your competition drops off. When markets get tough, that's your opportunity to build on your market share so that when the market lifts again, you've actually got a bigger piece of the pie. So I would look at market factors and go, okay, it's flat. Is it cyclical? Yes, it is. We're at the end of that cycle. It's looking good. I'd stick to it. I'd be expanding my market share. The other thing you would look at is, well, okay, it is cyclical, or the market's just dead. The bottom's dropped out. I can't see wood for the trees. There is no market returning. You need to make a pretty quick call on, let's cut this one loose and let's go into a new market, because I've seen people bleed out massively, 6-12 months of just treading water and thinking it's coming, but they haven't really asked themselves, let's look at it. Let's zoom out for a moment. Let's see what the policies are looking like. Let's see why this has happened. What does the trajectory look like here? What are our customers saying? If it's looking really doom and gloom, sometimes the best thing to do is cut and run. Okay? So that's the first type of underperforming recruiter. There's someone who's just the market's gone flat. And that's what I would do within that. The second type of an underperforming recruiter is when you sit down with an individual and you say, cool, let's talk about what's happening on your desk. We're not hitting the mark, we're not hitting the metrics we would like. We're not hitting the numbers we would like. Talk to me. And they start talking. And they start talking. And they start waffling. They start talking about something over here. Start talking about something over here. They're kind of here, they're there. It's very erratic. You know what I'm talking about. You know the ones where they're not making a lot of sense. They can't actually point to where the business is. There's just a lot happening, but also nothing at the same time. That's like the scattered erratic underperformer. And those ones, again, are really simple to fix in my mind, because they just need someone to say, take a breath, stop, let's just slow down, and let's just really simplify what's happening on your desk. Because what they aren't able to do is pinpoint that that's where the money is to be made, or that's where the pain is in the market, and that's where I can be useful. They are thinking about single scenario that could possibly happen in their market. They're telling you everything, but they aren't able to distill it down and make sense of it. There is a lot happening in everyone's markets, right? So the scattered underperformer, they are the ones that really needs simplicity. So it's your job as a manager or even if you're self-reflecting going, I am so scattered, pull it down, quieten down the noise, pick one thing, execute on that one thing really well, and then move on to the next. Just keep your life simple because you've probably got a bit of ADD. You've probably got a propensity to try and touch everything. You like to feel busy or they like to feel busy, okay? But it's not giving us results. Remember, we're an underperforming, scattered person. So that the resolve there is to just simplify them, keep them on the straight and narrow, and just take every day as they come. Every 24 hours is a new cycle, and every 24 hours you're just focusing on the one thing. Okay, that's the resolve there. And look, and the third type of underperforming recruiter is actually the opposite to that. They're not performing, but when you ask them what's happening on the desk, they are laser clear, right? They're going, this is my market, these are my clients, this is my hierarchy of needs. I operate within this jurisdiction. This is the lane I operate in. It's super niche. This is tight. This is what I do. I don't touch anything outside of that because that's chaos or whatever. And you almost see that within their order and within their structure, which, from a manager can be off-putting because you think, well, this person's across their market. They know what's happening. Like, it's not like they're being chaos or it's not like their market's flat. They know exactly where it is. They can see the business, but they're not getting results. Okay, they're not getting results. So they're actually kind of need a little bit more from column B, which is the scattered recruiter. They need to actually, and you need to help them kind of stop for a moment and go, right, I see you're running this straight line. I see you've got order and structure and it's paid the bills in the past, but we're not paying bills at the moment. Do we need to pause, stick our head up, have a scan of the market? Do we need to widen what we're doing? Has someone moved the cheese? You were in this straight line. The cheese was there and you were going in a straight line. It was working so brilliantly. But, you've been doing this now for 6 odd months and we're not getting results. Okay, so let's just stick the head up. Has the cheese been moved? I know we've all read that book or heard that saying before, but it's true. We've all seen these people who get so narrow and tunnel vision on what they're doing and haven't stopped for a moment to think because they've just been so busy doing what they're doing and because they're slipping behind on their targets, they just do more and more and more of what has worked in the past. They're the sort of person that needs a little bit of help to say, let's just make a little bit of a mess. Let's go and try this over here. Or what about this over there? Or what about go to that client who has no business for you right now, but I can see they've got 5 or 6 other jobs. Why don't you go in there and just do a little side mission? Just a little side. Let's just make some money. You never know with those sort of person where a new market might be. They're like the frog in a pot of water boiling. Put a frog in a vat of cold water and you turn the heat on. It'll stay in there because it doesn't recognize the jump in temperature because it's only slowly going to boiling point. And that's the same with recruiters. Sometimes we just don't realize our market's dying or we're dying within our market because we just think doing the same thing that has been working for the last 10 years is going to keep working for the next 10 years. And a lot of the time it doesn't. So they are the 3 types of underperforming recruiters. The one that has market factors affecting them, the scattered brain, the ADD, the one that can't make any sense of what's happening in all the chaos that's on their desk. And then you've got the tunnel vision recruiter, who just can't see that what they're doing isn't reaping any more reward. I hope that helps someone. And look, these are just simple tricks, identifying the type of recruitment underperforming you've got, and then they're my bag of tricks for getting them out. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. Sometimes we just need to think about it. That's all I have time for you today. Like, share, subscribe. It really helps us grow. As always, have an amazing day. May all your deals come true.